Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with FPL Wizard. I hope you're all fine. I hope you're having a great season. I hope you're having a great time. And I welcome you all for today's free hit stream. For all of those who are on free hit, for all of those who are not, you're still welcome. Hey Neil, I hope you're doing well. Hey Zara, Geeta. Well, green arrows are always good, Geeta. I absolutely adore them, my friend. Zara said, it was not bad. I ended up with 68 point. Hope yours was good. Yeah, mine was good as well. I ended up with 71 points. It was nice. Just slowly and gradually making my way up the ranks, and just sticking to the plan is all we have to do in it. That's the main thing. But yeah, I mean, it's going all right, guys. So yeah. Nehal said I was at 73. That's pretty good, my friend. I like that. Hey Pedro, I hope you're doing well, my friend. Welcome. Hey FPL Sam. I hope you're all doing fine, guys. So I mean, guys, I'm just gonna kind of take you through my free hit team. Obviously, this is not final, and I've got 2 or 3 permutations for this, and which one I'll end up selecting is going to depend on whether we get like early Arsenal team news, whether Gabriel Jesus is starting, or whether kind of Trossard is starting. So with all those permutations in mind, I have I've got a piece of paper in front of me in which I've written all the possible permutations. So it's not hopefully gonna be trumpets time. So yeah. Hey George, I hope you're doing well, my friend. I hope your wildcard's going well for you. Neil says have an Arsenal plan. Obviously, yeah. For example, I've written here without Gakpo and with Gakpo on the paper, right? So in case I want Gakpo in my team, so I'm just gonna take out Robertson for somebody like let's say Moreno. I'm gonna put Moreno on the bench. I'm gonna put Castagna in the team, and then I'm gonna bring in Gakpo for Madison, So I mean, there's like lots of things I've written on this piece of paper, but let's see what comes to fruition at the end, right? Riddhi says, hi Wiz, how about Son in place of Saka and White instead of Trippier as a punt? I mean, Riddhi, I think if you want to take a punt on Son, I don't think on a free hit any risk taking is kind of wrong. You obviously, when you play a free hit, you should take some risks that can push you up the rank, But to be honest with you, Saka is a player who will be popular with people who are free hitting as well as who are not free hitting because he's already in their team. So I mean, taking a risk with such a player is a bit difficult. I mean, if you want to get Son, it can be as a 5th midfielder by sacrificing a striker which is lowly owned. For example, it could be in place of Jesus rather than Saka, Because Zinchenko seems out. But Zinchenko has traveled with the squad as per the leaks on Twitter. So we're just gonna have to go with what we know, and we're hoping we'll get early team news. If for at all I get any news, guys, I'll let you know as and when we get some leaks on Twitter. Hi Sam, Robo and Jesus versus Gabriel and Gakpo. I think Robertson and Jesus seems better to me, my friend. This is a difficult one though. I'm on a free hit Wiz, by the way, not a fan of 2 Liverpool defense. Wouldn't count on us for a clean sheet. Yeah, I think the thing is, it's between Robertson and Gakpo. I'm not sure which one I'll end up selecting at the end. This is just a team that I had to put out. I was getting late for the stream, and I've tried so many permutations. So this is by no means my final team. I was actually finding ways to kind of bring in Madison into my team. So let's see where I end up in the end. That's the only thing. But all I was hoping for is I can get Madison into this team because Ivan Toney. I mean, I think people are not ignoring Ivan Toney on the free hit, and they're ignoring like Madison as well. I mean, Madison was amazing against City. He could have had a goal. He could have had a couple of assists for Iheanacho as well. So, when you're a free hit, you want to kind of take risks on these kind of players. That's exactly what I what I feel like. Although I agree that double Liverpool defense isn't the best. Also, Robertson hasn't been getting any attacking returns recently, so yeah. Nihal says my midfielders Salah, Martinelli, Saka, Son, and Gakpo. That looks really nice, Nihal. I hope it works out for you, my friend. Cheers, Riddhi. Nihal says be careful with blue ticks. From today. Yeah, definitely. Twitter has removed all the blue ticks, and the only people who now have blue ticks are the ones who are paying for them, guys. So Nail's kind of warning us to be careful about them. I would have Virgil van Dijk over Robo just for minutes risk. Well, Robertson is still much more attacking. I remember watching him play against Arsenal. He spurned a really good chance. He was through on goal as well. So let's see. I mean, I'm probably in the end not gonna have Robertson in my team at all. So this is just a team I put out at the start of the stream. This is not my final team, guys, as you should and would know, right? Thoughts on Solanke instead of Tony? Zara, I think that's something which you can do. Bournemouth have been looking really good, especially against Tottenham. I mean that was a amazing win, a late winner for a team which is fighting relegation, and I mean that would have lifted their spirits up, and that was an amazing win for Bournemouth, and yeah, I mean Solanke had got 1 goal and 2 assists, and I think there's a shout to be had for Solanke, definitely. Ashish says, hello Wiz, I have 8 players playing this week. I'm thinking of doing 3 transfers for a -4. Madison, Bowen and Johnston playing free hit on a double game week 34. What do you think is a good idea? I think that's a perfect idea, Ashish. If I had 8 players, I would never free hit. So I would make 3 transfers for a -4 and definitely play a free hit in the double game week, which has much more upside than playing it in a blank game week. I totally agree with the idea. Akhilesh says, who would you choose for captain other than Salah, Martinelli or Madison? Akhilesh, to be honest with you, if I had to choose somebody else other than Salah, it would be Saka, not Martinelli, personally, because he's still on penalties as confirmed by Mikel Arteta. He said if Arsenal get a penalty again, I'll go on the field and hand the ball to Saka, because I want him to be on penalties. So, I mean, yes, he's not been performing. Yes, he missed a penalty, but Saka is a strong character. He would want to come back, strongly. So yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, whoever is going to be your vice captain should be your second choice as a captain. It's as simple as that, right? Roland says, does Kane to Jota for a -4 make sense? Roland, I don't understand. Why would you want to do a Kane to Jota for a -4? Like, do you want to get in Salah as well? Like, for example, if you take out Kane, do you get Salah plus Jota? Then it would definitely make sense to me. Brian says, hi mate, in isolation is Gakpo better than Robo, but do you feel Robo is better than Gakpo and Share? To be honest with you, in isolation, the thing is, I really wanted to get Madison in my team. That's the reason I actually ended up replacing Gakpo. Second, I think the news that Luis Diaz might be back in contention or, might get some minutes. I think out of the front 3 of Jota, Salah and Gakpo, if Luis Diaz comes on, I think it has to be for Gakpo. And if Darwin Núñez comes on, it has to be for Jota. So I think both their minutes might be limited. And that is the reason I was initially thinking whether if I really want Gakpo in my team as opposed to having Robo. Excuse me, guys. So thoughts on Bowen? I think Bowen is fine. The problem with Bowen is he's not on penalties anymore. The penalties are being taken by Benrahma for West Ham now. So that takes the sheen off Bowen for me, to be honest with you. He's not in the best form right now, and he's is an alright asset. West Ham are not in the best form as well, so you have to be careful with. I mean, there can be better options, right? My bad. Martinelli or Madison was another question. All right, Akhilesh, so if you can reframe the question, I'd be happy to answer that, bro. Ashish says, I have a triple captain and free hit, thinking of using a free hit on 34. And can you suggest me when? Definitely, I think you should use your triple captain in game week 37 when there is another double game week coming up. So you're in a perfect shape to end the season on a high, Ashish. Free hit 34, triple captain 37. You're absolutely set. Jovan says, we've also seen Simicast come on for Robertson. I'd say their expected minutes are very similar. Jovan, yeah, I agree with that. I think I think Robertson can go off for Simicast. I mean, the only thing, like, I'm not actually going to go, Robertson is not nailed on in my team. I've got a plan to just replace him with Castagna and bring in Gakpo, as my fifth midfielder as well. So I mean that is in my plan. I can do that anytime. Currently I'm just waiting for the Arsenal news as well, so I'm thinking on that end whether like if Jesus doesn't start, then I'd be better off like taking Jesus out for Solanke and bringing in Gakpo as my fifth midfielder, so yeah, let's see how it goes, my friend. But yes, I mean, this is just an option, although I really don't rate Robertson as an asset. The only player I'd take from Liverpool defense is Trent. Amit, yeah, already answered the question. So maybe Robo's not gonna be in my final team, so you just gotta wait and watch, my friend. Just working out the permutations, yeah. Fadli says, Willian, Andreas calling me, Solanke texting me, Isaac FaceTiming me. I don't know, to be honest. They're all good options, to be honest with you. I mean, but you have to decide whether they are better than the players which you have in your team. That's the whole dilemma here, my friend. Roland says, I've Salah and Trent Alexander-Arnold already. I want to know if I sell Kane for Jota to have 3 Liverpool players. Not for a -4, Roland. That's the thing. I wouldn't. I would just take out a midfielder and bring in Gakpo instead of selling Kane for a -4. CAV says, not really feeling free hit this week. Got 9 players, thinking Chilwell to Moreno. CAV, if you've got 9 players, then you definitely should not be free hitting, my friend. I had like 5 players, and that's the reason I'm free hitting. If I had like 7 players, I would still not free hit. I'd take a hit, bring 9-10 players, I'll still not free hit. Unfortunately, I'd planned my chips in a way which I had to use free hit in 32. Otherwise, if I had like 8 players, I'd take a couple of hits and never play my free hit. I love playing my free hits in a double game week, my friend. Which player is locked? Well, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Salah, Saka, Martinelli, Watkins, Johnston, Trippier, they're all locked. The only ones which are like currently I'm having second thoughts about is whether I should play Robertson or should I bring in Gakpo. And also it'll really help us if we get early Arsenal team news. If we know Jesus is starting, I can actually just relax and think about whether I want Gakpo or Robertson. That's the only question left, to be honest. I can bring in Castagna and take Robertson out for a cheap defender and just replace Madison with Gakpo. So there's like many things I can do here, but most of my players are locked in, guys. Why is a striker with over 20 goals and 5 goals in his last 5 against a team with 1 clean sheet in 11 being ignored? Well, what do you mean? You're talking about Kane, right? I mean, to be honest with you, is not being ignored. But it's really difficult match for Spurs. They lost their manager. Patrici's resigned as well. And you have to be careful. Like this is a top 4 game, and obviously Spurs and Newcastle are fighting for that same position, and it's going to be a tough game. And at Newcastle's home, I think it's going to be a difficult game for Spurs to have influence. Also, I mean, if you have enough cash to go for Kane, you can. For example, if I had enough cash to go for Kane over Tony, for example, let's say, I would possibly do it. But when you want like when you've got other priorities, then you have to kind of prioritize which player you want to get and whatnot, and that's the reason I don't have Kane. Otherwise, I don't have any problems. I mean, if you can afford Kane on the free hit, why not, George? So basically, the third defense and the fourth midfield is Tony locked. I really want to get Tony in my team. Yes, I feel that it's not going to be a KG game between Aston Villa and Brentford. I feel it can be a goal-scoring game, and in a goal-scoring game, you have to back Ivan Toney to get some goals as well. So yeah, I think I really want Tony on my free hit. That's just my personal opinion that I want him. You know, obviously I have permutations in my team in which I didn't put Tony, but I really would love to have Tony on my free hit, you know. Again, you know, many things can change between now and 1 hour from now, Fadli. So it's just wait and watch, right? I really hope that we get some team news, by the way, you know, and we're only gonna trust 1 or 2 players. For the news, we're just not looking at anyone to just kind of give us the news. We're just looking at and just team news and ticks, and you know, yeah, 1 or 2 other people to give us the leaked team news. Matthias says, why Tony over Solanke? Talk to me. It's just the fact that Brentford at home, they're really like a different team as to what they're away from home, you know. And I mean, if Aston Villa gonna play well, I mean the kind of game Aston Villa play, I feel that, you know, Tony's perfectly kind of suited to counter them, or, you know, like score goals against that defense, because, you know, Moreno's gonna attack. You know, and they kind of play with the remaining 3 defenders. They become narrow, and it just becomes easy for them to kind of play balls behind the defense. Especially if Moreno plays, I think they're gonna attack as well. That flank with you know, Mbumo. So I'm just kind of playing permutations and combinations game. But, you know, when you have somebody like Ivan Toney, and you really want to play him, that's the whole thing, you know. And last time when they played away to Aston Villa, they lost 4-0, and it was a freak result, to be honest with you. I never expected. I think it was Emery's first game, wasn't it? I'm not so sure, to be honest with you. It was something that. FL Sam says, can't wait for the deadline to be over. I just want to get over this free hit already and sit back and chillax. You guys, you see the human, like how we humans are. Like, if we have one transfer, we are still not satisfied, and if we have unlimited transfer, we're still not satisfied. We like, it's always this catch-22 situation with human beings. You know, there's a problem of few, and then there's a problem of plenty. Both the things are difficult to digest, and yeah, I totally get where you're coming from, my friend. Just plays with our mind, innit? Amit says, any thoughts on Son? He's good as a differential, but there's like no numbers to back him up, because you know, you never know how Spurs are going to play without their coach and Patrici. But yeah, I mean, based on the historical you know, evidences, you can definitely take a punt on him, but the game is not against Newcastle is not easy. That's just a caveat that I can offer you, my friend. CAV says, Chilwell to Moreno, or take a -4 for Trent and Iverson but have 0 in the bank. Kepa and Chilwell out. CAV, have you already used your wildcard, or you still have your wildcard to use? Because I would take that -4 only if you still have your wildcard. You know, because taking out your playing keeper for Iverson isn't ideal, you know, and you just have to kind of make do later on. Saka and Martinelli are nailed, yes, Fadzili. Tony in a 3-4-3 or a Madison in a 3-5. That's the difficult question to answer, to be honest with you, my friend. That's exactly what I wasn't able to decide. That's why I ended up putting them both in my team. It's a difficult question to answer, because they're both potent players for their own teams, and you know, they both looked good. Especially Madison against Manchester City, he could have had a goal, he could have a couple of assists. Whenever he plays for Leicester, they just seem so different, you know, like, and they seem so attacking, and it's just, I think he's the one who's gonna save them from relegation, if they're gonna get saved. I have Rhea as my other goalie though. Well, CAV, that's fine. I mean, I still think you should go for Trent Alexander-Arnold, because from now until the end of the season, I think he is one of the desirable players to have. You know, that's what I feel. Only 7 players locked. Third Liverpool, third Arsenal. That's the same for everybody. The problem is, I hope we get some early Arsenal team news with which at least we'll know whether Jesus is starting or not, and then we can easily make a decision. I see on Twitter Nehal just asking team news and ticks about the early Arsenal team news. I hope we get some. Let me turn on his notifications. I hope, yeah, I've turned on his notifications. I hope when he gives us some team news and we can benefit from that. But guys, one thing I would like to tell you is that if you want, if you're expecting early Arsenal team news, set your teams, set your captains before you get the news. Because guys, just in case Arsenal team news comes in to be, like for example, they say, for example, Martinelli's been benched or Jesus has been benched, you know, everybody is gonna jump to the FPL servers, and you know those hamsters which are running those servers are gonna have a huge probability of crashing. Remember that, guys. So set your teams irrespective of whether you get the Arsenal team news or not. Trossard will be a good pick. If Jesus is not starting, then definitely you can consider Trossard. Yes. Aman says, hi Wiz, I have a playing 8, free hit 32 or free hit 34. I have a triple captain and free hit left. If I was you, I would play a free hit in 34. My friend, I would take a couple of hits and play 10 players this game week. You know? That's what I would do. I would not play a free hit in 32 if you have 8 playing players. FPL Sam says, if Jesus is out, I'm going for Gabriel at defense. I'm ready with my transfers. Well, being ready is one thing, but if the servers crash, then nobody can be ready, right? I'm happy to have a low score this week with 10 players and hope to use a free hit 34. That's exactly what I would do if I had enough players playing. I never like to use a free hit in a blank game week, to be honest with you. For the last like 2, 3, 4 years, I always tend to save my free hits for the double game weeks. It's just how I like playing the game, you know. So yeah. Hey Michael, I hope you're doing well. It says play Trippier or Robertson or Virgil van Dijk, already starting Trent. Also, is Bowen a good pick? Michael, to be honest with you, I would play Trippier alongside Trent Alexander-Arnold. If you're on a free hit, I assume you're on a free hit. If you're not on a free hit, then Trent Alexander-Arnold and Trippier is the better way to go, of course. Because I think Trippier is a shield more than a sword. Because I think all the people who are on a free hit are getting Trippier. All the people who are not on free hit still have Trippier. So in case he goes and does something like gives an assist or kind of keeps a clean sheet, it'll cost you a lot of points in that sense. So I would still, on my free hit, one of the defenders I would keep as Trippier. It's just makes more sense to me at this moment in time, my friend. Because, you know, like, everybody's gonna have him, irrespective of whether they're on a free hit or not. So, I mean, you're taking chance with a lot of players which, you know, like, as a combination are differentials. So, you can think about that. Yeah. So CAV says, if I take a hit, I'd rather have 11 players than get Iverson. Would mean getting rid of Haaland or a Brighton player, not great for the long term. CAV, I think 10 players are good enough. I think you're overthinking it, my friend, honestly. White over Trippier. Michael, I mean, if you don't want to get 3 Arsenal attackers, then you can easily get Gabriel or White over Trippier, if you want. You know, again, know that Trippier's effective ownership is going to be in the high 85, 90s, you know, and just you have to be wary about that. So just Chilwell for Moreno or Palace defense is better. I'd say Palace defense is better. Solanke or Gakpo. Out of these two, I'd say This is such a difficult question because we're not even comparing the players in the same price range or in the same position, you know. It's very difficult to answer these kind of questions. I'd say Gakpo, just because Liverpool have been looking better for the past couple of or past 3-4 weeks, and they're playing at home to Nottingham Forest, and obviously Liverpool are playing for the top 4 place. So I expect them, and Klopp's been really vocal about the counter pressing in his press conference, and he wants them to attack, and that just bodes well for the attackers. Bold prediction this weekend, I'm going for Trippier free kick goal. I'd absolutely love that. You know, but that wouldn't help anyone in terms of whether they're free hitting or not, because everybody just you know, you would have Trippier irrespective of whether they're on a free hit or not. That's the whole thing. Let me just go to my transfers page. Been on the same page for a very long time. So yeah, I mean, sorry, why is my chat not updating? Just a second, guys. All right, so yeah, FPL Sam and Nehal, I'm just want to if you're on Twitter, guys, if you get any early team news from Team News and Ticks, as soon as you get it, please share it on here with us, so we can quickly set up our teams. You know, that's just that's the only thing we're waiting for. Thanks a lot, Nehal. Really appreciate it, my friend. So guys, I mean, this is one version of my team which I was actually showing you, right? So if in case I want to get Gakpo, the only thing I need to do is replace Robertson, and you know, and get Gakpo or Hakpo, however you call him. You know, I can get him as my 5th midfielder. That means you know, I can get rid of Tony if I want to. You know, like there's like multiple options I have right now, and you know, whatever. I mean, whatever I want to do. Like, I'm not gonna double up on the Crystal Palace defense. I think I'm gonna play maybe Castagna, and then I'm gonna go with 2 strikers, Jesus and Watkins, over Solanke. I just have a feeling I want to play Maddison because the way he was playing against Manchester City looked really hungry, and was playing really well. So I want to if I'm in a free hit, I want to take a chance with at least one player who I hope is gonna bang. So yeah, why not? And in case I get the news that Jesus is not starting, you know, then I can take a punt. Maybe I can bring in Ivan Toney back, you know, and then in place of this Christiansen, I can get Gabriel or Ben White, whoever I want to. So there's like multiple permutations and combinations I have in my mind, guys, and I'm just hoping we get the Arsenal team news. If I don't, then the only decision left for me is whether I want to play whether I want to have Hakpo in my team or whether I want to play Tony, you know, because Robertson is not really a priority in my team right now. So let's see how it goes. But yeah, this is the entire thing. So I just wanted to tell you, just in case we have early team news and the servers crash, I just want to tell you the permutations and combinations which I'm kind of looking at this moment. I think you can't see the names of the players. Just a second, guys. I think this is better. Alright, so would you captain Saka over Martinelli? Yes, I would captain Saka over Martinelli, yes. FPL Jug says, hi, I'm telling you, Madison is a trap. Get rid as soon as possible. Yes, Jug, I'm listening to you, bro. Why do you think Madison is a trap? Salah, Trent, Robo, or Salah, Gakpo, and Trent. I think Salah, Gakpo, and Trent is definitely the better option, Zara. Solanke or Tony? Personally, I want to go with Tony, my friend. I would like to choose Tony between the two. I think it's going to be a very, very good game between Brentford and Aston Villa. They're both trying to get into those last European places which are available. So, I mean, it's going to be a really, really interesting game, to be honest with you. And if they want to attack, then in this kind of a game, which is very open, Tony is really, really effective. You know. Hey, Himanshu, I hope you're doing well, my friend. Rotation risk with Jesus. Well, Bikesh, we're hoping for early Arsenal team news. So I'm not really concerned about whether Jesus is going to start or not. So if he doesn't start, I have the contingency plan. I'm just going to go through with that. I mean, that's all you need right now. You know, just need a contingency plan. If in case you get the news that Jesus is not starting, then which player do you want? That's the entire thing. You know, which you want to plan for. The problem is this week there's no good defenders to go for except Trent Alexander-Arnold. You know, no really attacking defenders. That's the whole issue. Jota or Gakpo? To be honest with you, I think Jota can be a decent option, my friend, but he's obviously in the striker position, right? So if you want to go with Jota, you can definitely go with Jota as well. You know, but I think in terms of the structure of the team, it just makes more sense to go with Gakpo, especially if you're going with Gabriel Jesus. And you already know that midfielders get 1 more point for a clean sheet and 1 more point for a goal as well. So, I mean, there's a little bit upside, but you know, Jota scored 2 goals last week and Gakpo scored 1. So, as a Villa fan, I'm worried. We always lose away to Brentford. I mean, it's not only about it's about the little situations within the game, right? I mean, Ollie Watkins has been on fire, but Ollie Watkins was a Brentford player, and him going back to Brentford, scoring a goal, and you know, Brentford players and fans wanting to prove him that we're better, and you know, Tony trying to score a goal. So I mean, there's like multiple games within a game that's gonna go on there. So I mean, it's gonna be interesting to watch, to be honest with you. Yeah. Aman says, I was planning to free hit in 34 for making this week's team. Should I go Trent Alexander-Arnold, Gakpo, or Salah? We'll have to sell Kane in the latter. My friend, to be honest with you, I would sell Kane and get Salah. You know, that's the thing. If you want to sell Haaland and get Salah, then you'll have to sell Kane and get Haaland back, because when Haaland is playing, you should have him in the team. That's the whole thing about it. No free hit and no Salah, Martinelli or Saka captain. My friend, if you have Kane or if you have Haaland, you can sell him and get Salah, because I think this week Salah's effective ownership is going to be really high, and personally I don't think you should go without Salah, you know, in such a week when everybody would be just lumping their captaincy on Salah, you know. But if you want, you can go with Saka. He would be my vice captain if I didn't, you know, like Salah didn't play, Saka would be my vice captain. CAV says we have 6 clean sheets in 8 to be fair. Should be a great game and top 6 win and top 6. I agree with that. That's totally. I know that's going to be a great game, and you know that's what Brentford are playing for as well. I mean, that's what makes it a very intriguing contest, and you know there's battles within the game. And Brentford, when they play a competitive game, especially when you push them, you know they're really you know, competitive in such kind of situations. It's just gonna be interesting. I'm just looking forward to watching that game. You know, 2 teams playing really well, facing each other and competing for the same position in the league. It's gonna be interesting. Hit like and subscribe. Thank you so much for the shout out, Smelly Web. Why no Jota, says Rustam. I mean, we can have only 3 Liverpool players. If you want to make a team with Jota, it's just easy, my friend. You know. You don't go too far. Here you go. Just like, you know, Diogo Jota, and yeah. And we've got 3 Liverpool, 3 Arsenal. I mean, if you want, you can play Solanke here. You know, get a or you could, you know, just and what's the name of that Crystal Palace defender? Let's just put anybody, for example, here. Let's just put Mitchell here, just for example, guys. I'm not saying to get Mitchell, but you know, I mean, potentially you could do this. I'll give you Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli. You know, I mean, if you get the news that, let us say, Trossard is starting, you could go for Trossard as well. I mean, Trossard, Martinelli, Saka. You get Jota, Salah, Trent Alexander-Arnold. You know, and then you play these three defenders. It's about the priorities. What you want to do. Whether you want to go for Jota, whether you want to go for Gakpo is the real question. It's not about which one. Moreno, Razat says I'm on a free hit. Right on, my friend. Rustam says Moreno in, Robertson out. Well, you want to go with Moreno, you go. I personally, I don't think Aston Villa is going to keep a clean sheet, to be honest with you, my friend. Suggest me 3 defenders. I have a Crystal Palace goalkeeper. Aman, to be honest with you, out of Jota and Darwin, I would go with Jota. Jota scored 2 goals against Leeds United. I see no reason for him to get dropped. That's just what I feel. I don't think he's gonna get dropped, my friend. I mean, he scored 2 goals against Leeds. Why would he get dropped, right? By the way, I just need to have a look at my team. I've just shifted around too much, working out the permutations and combinations. CAV says, I don't want to get rid of any of my mids, but have big Salah envy. Well, that's the issue. This is a 1 week thing, CAV. I mean, if you can get Salah, I'm just telling you, if you can get Salah, you should, because his effective ownership is going to be through the roof. All the non-free hitters, all the free hitters, those who can get him comfortably, gonna have him. Hey Barry, I hope you're doing well, my friend. Are you on a free hit this week, or just using your free transfers? How's it going? Just going on Twitter to see if we can have any updates, but as of now, just total silence, guys. Twitter is silent. There's no updates, nothing doing. Sorry if I'm not answering questions, by the way. Brian says, do you think Iverson to the Palace second choice keeper is even worth it for the security? Should I save it to have less transfers made at the end of the season? Well, Brian, I mean, if you're not on a free hit, then you can keep Iverson. Obviously, it's not important to go for Johnston. You know, like Iverson's gonna play against Wolves, still have a chance of a clean sheet, and Iverson have lots of chances to make a lot of saves, because Wolves generally they don't score too many goals. You know, you're on a free hit, then what's the issue, my friend? And the free hit transfers don't count. Barry says, I haven't made any plan, been busy whole week, forgotten about FPL. Well, that's a good thing, Barry. We do the research for you, so if you have any questions, just hit me up. If you need a free hit team, I got one ready for you, so no worries, my friend. Do not worry about it. Just let me know, and I'll sort out your problems. That's the magic, right? Jug says, I'm susceptible of double Palace defense with. Well, I'm not gonna play him, you know. It was just a permutation, and that's the thing about putting in permutations is like, I'm gonna play Castagna, Trent, and Trippier. I'm not gonna play a double Palace defense, my friend. Whoa, what's with this black screen? What's going on? Alright. Best option is Madders and Haaland to Salah and Tony. I want Haaland back. No, I would not take out Madders, my friend. No, I wouldn't. That's too. Obviously, you want Haaland back next week. So if anybody's selling Haaland to get Salah, guys, they have to be wary that they have to get Haaland back next week. So I have a contingency plan to get back Haaland next week. Otherwise, there's no point in kind of selling Haaland, because if you can't get him back, it's gonna be a difficult one. Whoa, what is this guy saying? No Shaka. What the hell? No Shaka, guys. And it has been retweeted by somebody who is really hang on, guys, let me show you. I don't want to be speculating here, and later on everybody's on my case saying that it was FPL Wizard who kind of showed this on this, you know. So here, I'm just going to show you here. So this is the guy, he says no Shaka, you know, and it has been retweeted by a very reliable Arsenal account. You know, nobody knows how to pronounce my first name, so just call me Prek, whatever. So this is the guy who's posted no Shaka at 10:20, and it has been retweeted by a very reliable account, to be honest with you. And let me show you. I'm sorry, guys, couldn't be going through my Twitter feed on the live stream, but apologies for this. I just want to show you. Anyways, I'm gonna find it here. But anyways, you know what I mean, right? I just showed you what this guy is saying, so no, guys, won't be able to find it. So just have a look at this tweet and make of this what you want. So he says Shaka's not starting. All right, back to answering your questions. Oh, so the free transfers are not counting as the transfers made? No. I don't think so, my friend. I have never really have actually paid attention to this, but I don't think they do count, my friend. But please, I might be wrong on this one because I've never paid attention. Trossard is a good option if he starts, my friend. I'm not sure if he's starting, because if a front three of Gabriel Martinelli, Jesus and Saka, and where's the place for Trossard to start is the issue. If it's not Haaland and Maka to Salah, and Edwards, yeah, I don't understand what you mean, my friend. Totally understand. No Freight this week. Jesus, Darwin or Jota for the long term. I'd say Jota, my friend. Vieira, Partey, Odegaard. Yeah, I mean that has to be the you know, the replacement for Xhaka has to be Fabio Vieira. People are hoping it's Emil Smith-Rowe, but I don't think so. And if he wants to go really attacking, he could, you know, go with, like, let us say Trossard as well in midfield, but I don't think he's gonna go. Let's see. I'm just giving you the news as it comes. Let me go back to the team screen. And by the way, let me set my team, guys, because just in case this thing happens, I don't want to be stuck with like crazy like Trossards and like, you know, Mitchells in my team. So there's news that Zinchenko has traveled as well, but that doesn't tell us whether he's going to start or not. Yeah, there you go. Nehal said FPL Jug says I got burnt badly by Madison. I'm not going there. I totally understand, bro. I totally understand. Nehal says Zinchenko pictured with a boot bag getting on the bus. If you click on retweet, it shows profiles. Oh, does it? I'm not an expert in Twitter, honestly. Yeah. And it has been retweeted by a lot of accounts, a lot of big accounts, my friend. You know, this guy's called Zed, you know, and he's got like over 100,000 followers. So if he's retweeting, it's not like he's just it's just like misleading people and stuff. So I'm just telling you here, guys. Even I retweeted it, so if anybody follows me on Twitter, you can have a look. Surfro says, hey Wiz, Ben Rama's on penalties. Yes, definitely Ben Rama's on penalties, my friend. Yeah. See, no Shaka, I said. Yeah. It's on Twitter, the source. Anyways, let's just move on. So guys, let me just set my team. I think I don't want to be like caught out if in case something crazy happens. Where is Hakpo? I'm just gonna call him Gakpo. I mean Hakpo. What the hell Hakpo? I mean, it's Gakpo is fine. Come on, like where do we get these names from? Like, you know, just crazy pronunciations and stuff. So I mean, Trent, so Castania, Trippier and Trent, they're gonna be in the starting ones. Well then, just put anybody in the team who just doesn't even matter, to be honest with you. I mean, Moreno seems to be the more popular pick, right? Let's just go with Moreno, more attacking pick. Robertson, Tony to Solanke, Andreas to Hakpo. Yeah, I'm just gonna, for now, I'm just gonna let it be here. And obviously Hakpo is coming in. And yeah, man, at least I should set my team, guys. You know, because I don't want to be caught out like craziness in the craziness later on in case the servers crash or something. I always want to be ready, guys. Alright, coming back and answering your questions. Neil says, I already answered that. Hope Smith Rowe plays, one of my favorite players in the league. I don't know what's happening with Smith Rowe. I think he's just not fit enough. FL Sam says, you said no Shaka. I heard no Saka. Man, that was heart pounding. Shaka is not with the squad. No Tony now, what I missed. Nothing. You did not miss anything, my friend. It's just between Madison and Tony, to be honest with you. You know, I like both of them. I like both of them, and I really want to have both of them in my team, but that would be on the, you know, at the cost of having, you know, no Hakpo. You know, that's the whole thing. If Gabriel Jesus is not playing, I'm possibly going to replace him with Tony, you know, and I'm going to replace Castania with, let us say, an Arsenal defender. So let's just keep it at that. But really want to have Tony in my team. I'm telling you this. You know, that's just what I want to do. It's just that it's just right now it's not looking possible. Rumors are that Villa are interested again, and I love that. Yeah. Well, why not? Fazili says, I learned the hard way with Madison XGXA, but no one can convert. You know, it's like a new manager bounce. Last week was a freak game against Manchester City, so no manager can have a new bounce against such a crazy team, you know. So I think it's going to be this week that they get the new manager feel and the bounce, and I hope they do well against Wolves. That's all I... Fazili says it's Dean Smith. I know it's Dean Smith. I mean, they could have scored a couple of goals against City as well, you know. Late on, Iheanacho had such a good chance to score. Madison had a great chance to score. They were pretty good. They were pretty good, to be honest with you. I watched the game live, and they were really good at the end. They could have scored a couple of goals against City, you know, there. So yeah. At least we got one leak about no Shaka. Let us see where we go from here. By the way, guys, I mean, an outside shout, Eze is a really good option on a free hit if you want to kind of go for a bit of a differential. You can go with Eze as well, you know. Eze can be a good option as well. You know, Ollie's from Crystal Palace, Eze, you know, these are the kind of players you can go for if you want to. CAV says Iheanacho can convert and will start now. Not sure about Iheanacho starting, but I definitely can convert. Good option, for sure. Yeah. Jesus is starting. I don't know, Cinema Crazy. I'm waiting for the early team news on leak on Twitter. As soon as I get any news, I'll let you know, and then we can set our teams and be be down with it. Like, it's, for me, my team, it's between Maddison and Tony. That's all there is to it. Nobody's saying anything, so I'll just... If Vardy keeps starting, they're getting relegated. Now, I honestly think Leicester have enough, you know, with like Tielemans being fit again, Maddison playing really well, Iheanacho. I think they're going to survive, to be honest with you. Sanjay says, what's with the Leicester rubbish? Well, there's not many good options in defense, my friend. It's not what... I mean, what, like, for example, let us say, okay, you don't want to go with the Leicester players, right? What do you go with? Tell me. What's the options you've got? Nothing, right? That's the issue here. So let us say if at all you want to go with somebody, who would you go for? Okay, you could, let's say you would double up on Newcastle defense. I don't really want to double up on the Newcastle defense with Kane, you know, Son and all these players playing against them. So, you know, like, there's not many good options. Either you double up on the Crystal Palace defense. I can't go for an Arsenal defender or a Liverpool defender because I've already got 3 attackers from each of the teams. So what are we left with? I don't want to go with Moreno or an Aston Villa defender because I expect Brentford to score. Issue is not about the Leicester rubbish. Issue is who to start. Yeah, only thing I can do is I can take out Maddison because I really want to play Tony, right? So let's assume I can do this. Yeah, that's the only option that I can take, you know. Like, let us say I play as a or whatever. I mean, this team is, you know, Maddison out and Tony in. This can be my team, you know. This is the only thing which I can do. Obviously, Eze is not going to be here. So this I like, you know. This can be my team. The only options is Maddison or Tony. That's the only thing which I have. Other than that, my team's pretty much settled. Why am I seeing a black screen, guys? I hope you can see the video. Alright. Let's see if he says, mind you, Dean Smith kept a team with Wesley and Keenan Davies up front. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, it's alright. Dean Smith was not a bad coach, but just Aston Villa just wanted more. White and Bowen are good, decent options, Sanjay. I can't take White. I already got 3 Arsenal attackers, my friend. Himanshu says, trust me, Newcastle running a clean sheet this week. I find it kind of weird that people are so confident in playing Johnston but can't muster the idea of doubling Palace. Now, Gio, you're right. You're absolutely right. You know, can double on the Palace defense. The issue is that Palace have got no really attacking defenders, and just for the clean sheet, I don't like the idea of doubling up. I only double up on players ever if I see the possibility of having an attacking return from a defender, you know. Like, just for the clean sheets, I just don't like the idea of doubling up on a defense. That's just always been my thought process. Oh, come on, guys. There's only one news floating around that Granit Xhaka is not starting, and it's not helping us anyway. So we need more, guys. We need more. We just got 20 minutes to go to the deadline. We need more. Subhajit says, sorry if I missed it. Will Zinchenko start any news? Zinchenko has traveled with the squad, and from the news it seems that he's going to be on the bench, my friend. This is the news, but there hasn't been any team leaks or anything of that sort, my friend. So if there's anything, we'll definitely have the news and I'll let you know. Barry says, Iverson, Johnstone, Trent, Gehi. So he's listening to Giovan and doubling up on the Palace defense. Gehi, Trippier, Moreno, me, Saka, Mitoma. Oh, so you're not on a free hit, obviously. Martinelli, Andreas, Salah, Watkins, Tony, Jesus. Yeah. That looks good to me, Barry. I don't understand. Why not start with Eze? Shopman, I don't have the option of starting with Eze. Like, who should I bring in Eze for? That's the whole issue, you know. Guys, I'm telling you, like, I know what you're thinking. Like, you know, like, for example, you're thinking of, for example, I can bring in Trippier, you know, take out Trippier for somebody and play like a palace defender, double up. But you should remember this, that it's a shield and it's a sword concept. I say this every week. You can't just, as a boxer, you can't keep on giving punches. You gotta take some as well, and for that you need a shield. Trippier is my shield, guys. Yeah, I mean, you're saying why not play Eze? Well, to be honest with you, I just it's between Madison and Tony for me. Eze is not gonna come close to my team, as far as I'm concerned. Guys, let's just wait for the news, I hope. I'm sorry if I'm not answering your questions. Actually, I'm just on Twitter. I'm just going through the Twitter feed to see if I get any news. Now Tony back. 1 second I saw Madison, the next second I saw Tony. Fazali, you should stick on the stream, bro. just going through the various permutations and combinations. You seem so confused, my friend. Don't worry about it. You'll see my final team soon. I mean, I am confused between Madison and Tony as well. I mean, just waiting for the news about Gabriel Jesus. Maybe it'll help me decide. Trippier or Castania? Out of those two, I'd say Trippier, my friend. What about Bowen? Bowen is a good option. If you want to play him, you can play him, but Bournemouth is not an easy team to play. Only problem then becomes, how do I bring Haaland back in? Well, that should have been the contingency plan, Barry. You should always, when you take out Haaland, you should have a contingency plan. Even if you have to take a hit next week, you have to bring back Haaland. That's the caveat. If you have to take out Haaland, you have to have a plan to bring him back. Otherwise, don't take him out. Because, the effective ownership is through the roof, my friend. Any early Arsenal team news? Nothing. The Twitter is like absolute, like, media silence. Nobody's saying anything about Arsenal team. Subhatit says, Wiz, getting Robertson for a -8 worth it? Having me, Moreno, Trippier, Zinchenko, don't have a budget for Trent. I don't think so, my friend. -8 for Robertson, I don't think it's worth it. It's better to go without. If you can get a Trent, then obviously a -8, I would say it's worth it, but not with Robertson. I don't think so, my friend. Any news? Nope. No news, guys. Man. Solanke never crossed your mind. Solanke did cross my mind. He was in my team, when Madison was in my team, Solanke was in my team as well. But if I have 3 playing strikers, then Solanke is not going to be in here, my friend. I prefer Tony over Solanke. Let's just say it this way. Obviously, it's a good option if you want to go with him. It's just that it wouldn't be fun if everybody had the same team, right? Start Solanke or Eze. This is a very difficult one, my friend. Very difficult one, honestly. I'd say, if you want to take a chance with Eze, you can. Solanke is on penalties, but playing a more difficult team. Everton, just look like struggling at the moment. Conceded last week as well. They conceded lots of goals, and I think you can take a risk with Eze, and because Palace scored, obviously, I mean, Everton, they lost at home to Fulham last week, and Crystal Palace, they went went away and scored a couple of goals at Southampton with obviously Eze. I think he banged the goal. So yeah, Eze, I think you can take a chance with Eze. I don't think this is gonna be a huge swing here, but you can take a chance. I'm going with Martinez. Have I lost it? Martinez, the Aston Villa keeper? No, my friend. On free hit, you can take these chances, my friend. Let's pick Leno, Johnston, or Leno. Michael, I think you can. I think Leno and Johnston, they're both good options. I think the only caveat I can offer you is that Fulham concede more goals than, let us say, Crystal Palace recently. You know, Crystal Palace, when they've got Roy Hodgson back, they've looked better defensively. Second, I mean, Everton have not been scoring that many goals as well. Fulham, generally, they've just not been as tight in defense. It's not a big swing, but if I had to pick one, I'd pick Johnston, my friend. Going with Eze then. Sarfroz, I'm sorry if it doesn't work out, my friend. It's difficult for me to call this one. I think it would be difficult for anybody to call this one, to be honest with you. Guys, any news? Nothing. What the hell is going on? Just 10 minutes to go to the deadline. If we don't have any news, we need to lock our teams, right? Hey Todd, I hope you're doing well. He says, saving the freight for 34, that's the best ploy, Todd, if you can do it. He says, I have Pickford, Trent, Trippier, Henry, Mings, Salah, Odegaard, Martinelli, Madison, Kane, Watkins. Would you swap Henry with Ben White for a hit? I would not. Todd, do not take out a playing player for a playing player. Take out a playing player for take out a non-playing player for a playing player. Then I would justify it. Otherwise, I would not. Who is Soter? He's a Crystal Palace player, my friend. What's the issue with Soter now? No news, guys? Really? I mean, come on. Come on. Anybody just say something, anything. What's the only news we get is like no Shaka. Like, wow, man, what the hell are we gonna do with that news, right? Harry Soter, right? Yeah, Harry Soter, yeah. He plays for Leicester. Sorry, I was looking at Twitter. I said Crystal Palace. Sorry, he plays for Leicester. He's a defender. Jugs. He plays for Leicester and he's a defender. Australian hero. Yep, the same guy. Iverson. No, I mean you can go, Michael. You can go with Iverson if you want to. Yes, I think. I mean, there's Wolves. I think they still have a chance to score a goal. I pick Castagna because Harvey Barnes is out, and I just thought that Castagna would play on the wings. He would have a chance to get an assist or two, and that's exactly why I picked Castagna for the attacking threat. I didn't really picking for the clean sheet, honestly, my friend. Harry Maguire reincarnated. That's a nice one. Todd says thanks. You're always welcome, my friend. Raptor is going gung-ho about him. Well, good luck to Raptor, my friend. He's doing a lot better than I am, so, well, if he's saying something, then we gotta listen. Henry or Castagna or Soter? I'm just going with Castagna. Who would be a better pick? Henry's playing Aston Villa, so I would not go with him. I'm just going with Castagna, so yeah, Guys, I'm gonna go on Twitter for the final time to see if anybody says anything, because there's nobody saying anything, right, guys? This literally is just like silence everywhere, man. Nothing. No, Jesus. Oh, it's FPL Buna. What the hell, man? Oh my god. Guys, don't listen to this. It's just Buna trying his nonsense again. Barry says crazy would have to take Salah, Tony out for Haaland next week. Probably bring Bruno back in or Rashi. Don't need to bring Bruno back. I mean, Rashford should be fine. I think if you can take out Salah, Barry, let's just go to next week and discuss. Buna strikes again, says FPL Sam. Neil says, let's talk FPL Sam. The same Arsenal team expected. That means Tierney starts. Jesus is going to start as well, obviously, if he says the same Arsenal team is expected. Yeah, so if the same team is expected, then the only decision then left for me is to whether to go with us or like Madison, or whether to go with Tony. That's the only decision that is left for me to kind of take. difficult one. Hi, Visidu. Yes, I'm on a free hit league. Yes, Zinchenko in the team. Same team as last week, says Let's Talk FPL. Zinchenko was not in the team last week then. Alright. Guys, on Twitter there's nothing, so nobody sent me a DM or anything. I don't... Getting the same news, Zinchenko starts, except Zinchenko and Tierney. Well, if Zinchenko starts, that's fine. I mean, anybody who's like owns an Arsenal defender like Ben White, you can think about getting Zinchenko as well. I mean, it's not like a big swing, but you can, like, if you want to. That's the only thing, guys. I don't think we're gonna... If Let's Talk FPL has given the news, I think that's the only one which we're gonna get, because on Twitter there's nothing. There's absolute silence. So let's just... 7 minutes to go, guys. I think let's just lock our own teams, guys. I think we're just gonna be wasting our times. You know, let's just... I think we should just lock our own teams and be ready with whatever we think we have. So yeah. Who is this guy? FPL South. Is he even reliable? He says Jesus, Martinelli and Saka all start. Well, I think this is just... He's just predicting, because I've never heard of this guy. Who is he? Well, anyways, guys, let's fix our own teams. Let's just... Well, if at least there's not a bad news, then I don't think the servers are gonna crash. That's the positive. Yeah. Jesus Hall, please. Chilwell for Moreno locked. Saka, captain, good luck all. Good luck, CAV. I really hope you survive this this one, my friend. Going against Gandhi is a difficult one. I'm glad you're taking the risk. But yeah, I hope it works out for you, bro. The only thought I have right now, right, you know, like Tony is this kind of just locked in my team, but the only thought I have in my mind is maybe, you know, if I can like double up on the, like Gio was mentioning, you know, like if I want to double up on the Palace defense, I can. Like here, what I'm doing is I'm playing 3 Liverpool, 3 Arsenal, and like, yeah, I mean, there's a possibility if anybody wants, you can like double up on the Palace defense. So Babin says no Madison. I mean, if I had an option between Madison and Tony, I went with Tony then, my friend. White or Gabriel? I would go with the Gabriel, bro. All the best, Wiz. All the best to you, Himanshu. Saved the week, Wiz. Thank you. You're welcome, Barry. Always welcome, my friend. So I think there's no panic here. I'm just thinking, you know, like, I can replace... Let us say I'm like, don't want Alex Moreno. Can go with an Arsenal defender, Palace defender. If I want to double up, the options are not very pleasing. I mean, Gehi, how many goals has he scored this season? 1. How many goals has Anderson scored? 1. Yeah. And no, again, you know, the issue is there's no attacking defenders in Palace. Otherwise, I would have taken the chance. I just think I'm just gonna go with this. You know, I think we're just extrapolating too much. So yeah, I guess this is the. Let me just fix my bench. Although Eze on the bench doesn't look the best. But yeah, you know, sometimes you have to go. I'm ready, Salah captain hat-trick incoming. Nice one, my friend. Thanks, Wiz, for advocating Haaland so strongly last week. Got him at the last moment. You're always welcome, my friend. Trips to Moreno, what do you think, Wiz? Nehal, I think again, I discussed with you the shield and the sword concept. I think Trippier is a shield. If you want Moreno, he can be a sword for you. But like, if you feel like Newcastle have no chance to keep a clean sheet, or like Trippier has no chance to score any points, then you can take a risk with Moreno. But if you feel like Newcastle have some chance to keep a clean sheet, or let's say Trippier has a chance to get an assist, then I think you should better stick with Trippier, my friend. Let me refresh my team for you, all of you, to see, guys. Eze is first on the bench. Moreno second. Totti, Castagna, Tony. Bit of a, you know, my attempt at going a bit differential. I don't know. Tony's not a differential, by the way. It's like a lot of 35%. Crazy. So Nehal, you already know what I think about that, but bro, I think we all discussed this. You know, he's a shield. Trippier is a shield. That's the only shield you have in your team, as well as Saka, I guess. You know. So I think Moreno doesn't have that high of you know, like chance to keep a clean sheet this week, and you know, I think Brentford are too strong at home. Yes, I think last minute panic is not going to help anyone, Nehal, honestly speaking. You know, like, I think let's just stick with what we have. If Alex Moreno scores, then so be it, my friend. We remember, no trumpets, no panic stations. We have to feel the zen. So with every second passing, the deadline's about to cross, and as soon as the clock ticks, you know, the free hit's gonna be locked. Why neglecting Kane? I am not neglecting Kane, Shelvaraj. I didn't have the funds to go for Kane, you know, because I'm going with Jesus, I'm going with Salah, I'm going with like a pretty expensive, or you know, like a mid-ranged midfield. That's the reason. Trent Alexander-Arnold. I didn't have the funds for Kane. If I had funds for Kane, I would just get him. That's not an issue. So deadline is passed, guys. We all made it through successfully, huh? It was fun. I hope spending your free deadline with me was as fun for you as it was for me, guys. I had lots of fun. Although it would have been slightly better had we gotten like an Arsenal team news, which was not so obvious. You know, it would have been panic stations and stuff. But I mean, come on, you know, like sometimes you just gotta play along, right? The only, like, imagine the only decision which was have like with me was like Jesus or no Jesus. You know, like I was waiting for somebody to confirm the team, but yeah, it's all fine. Shelbrad says thanks. You're always welcome, my friend. Sanjay, the deadline is passed, my friend. But yeah, if you have the funds for Kane, then I would say yes, of course. Todd says, great stream, Viz. I was able to listen while working. Todd, I thank you so much for always coming to these streams, even when you're busy working, and still find the time to be here. I really appreciate it, bro. Jesus is starting, says Sanjay. Well, I guess he is right now. If he doesn't, I don't care. the team is locked, and that's it, guys. That's it. You know, we don't have anything that we can control right now, so let's just not worry. My rank is right now I'm around 175k. You know, been down in the dumps this season, my friend. You know, it's been a uphill struggle. Actually, here, let me show you. Oh my days, what did I do? Well, we all make mistakes sometimes. Zara says, listening to the deadline stream with the wireless earphone in one ear and hiding from my guests. Well, Zara, I hope it really works out for you. Last week, 68 points were really good, right? This week is going to be even better. I really hope that we can all, as a community, we can end this season at a high, which really matters. You sure you save your team? Yeah, definitely, Sanjay. I saved my team. I refreshed my team for everybody to see as well. Nehal says Eid Mubarak to all celebrating it today and those celebrating tomorrow. So definitely from the Visit community, guys, for everybody who around the world who celebrates Eid, I wish you all Eid Mubarak, and I hope you all have a great one. And yeah, so guys, I mean, I trying to show my rank. I actually didn't wait to realize the game was going to be updating, but I still have another page, but that isn't the same team which I actually have. So somebody's going to say, what the hell, you got Tony and Madison. This is not my team. This was my previous team which I had before I updated it. But at least we have something to look at rather than the game is updating screen. Before you all step out, please like and sub. Thank you so much for the shout out, Neil. Surfer says, Wiz, hope you enjoyed Diljit Dosanjh performance at Coachella. Yeah, it was nice, my friend. I did enjoy that. Last minute thoughts about Jota, Ayew, Harry, Wilson, but bottled it. Fadzali, the thing is, these kind of like Jota, Ayew and Harry Wilson are really big differentials, right? And if you want to go for such players, that cannot be done at the spur of the last minute. You have to make these differential decisions beforehand, my friend. Viz, you can go to FPL Game Week to show your rank. Yeah, I actually remember my rank, Nihal. It's like 175k. I was actually wanting to show the progress, and but it's just not gonna work out, so maybe I'll just open it before the deadline next time, so I can show it to you. Fadzali says, was that your final team? No, my final team included it was a 3-4-3. It had Tony, Watkins, Jesus, and Hakpo, Salah, and Martinelli, Saka. And in defense, I had Castagna, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Trippier, and my keeper was Johnston. That was my final team. I mean, if I go, this is not my final team, my friend. This is not. I mean, if you remove Robertson and put Castagna, and if you remove Madison and put Gakpo, that is exactly what my team would look like. And obviously Eze in place of Andres. I just opened this because the other page, it started updating. See, it's updating. That's the issue. That's why I went to this team. Diljit Goat says Nehal. Yeah, this is a great artist. So basically the same, just Tony versus Solanke. I guess so, Fadzali. So guys, I hope you really enjoyed today's free hit stream. I really had fun doing the stream today, and now for my team, I'm out of chips. I don't have any more chips to go with. I've exhausted both my wildcard, I've exhausted my bench boost, I've exhausted my free hit and a triple captain. So all I've got left for the next 6 game weeks to play with is my captaincy and my transfers, and see where it takes me till the end of the season. Still hoping to achieve like top 100k or whatever the best rank that I can get to, So just planning, just making my transfers and captaincy, so hopefully no trumpets, and 2 double game weeks to survive without any chips while people use free hits and bench boosts and triple captains. Obviously going to be hard to maintain the rank, but it is what it is, guys. We rode the wave when it was our time, and now it's time for the shield. It's time for us to shield our ranks. So yeah, so it's just how it is, guys. No get out of jail cards here. I hope we don't need to get out of jail. That's all we can hope for, Nihal. And yeah. So guys, thank you so much for being on the stream today. I really had fun. I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for spending your deadline with me. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll be back next time for the deadline stream. Till then, I just have a great game week. I hope you enjoy your free hit. I hope you enjoy game week 32. And FPL Visit signing out, guys. May the arrows be green, and I'll catch you next time. Bye bye.